So, yeah, I'm a childcare teacher now. Hey everyone, it's me, Mia Nicole, and welcome back to Faith's Blurify blog. And I'm just really excited about what's been going on in my life right now, and I'm just really excited to be able to share it with you. So, just be sure to subscribe to all my social media. It's going to be located within the description of this video or within any other place that you're watching this. So just please check it out. Keep following me, and I'm going to work really hard on being consistent along with my new schedule. So it's been a long time since I've kind of shared with you about what's been going on. I had run into, I had spent like a month being unemployed, and during that time I realized I should just go to what I should have naturally been doing for what something I've been running away from for a very long time. And that thing is working in childcare. You know, people have told me so many times, that I should be working with kids. You're good with kids. Even though I don't have little to no experience working with kids. The closest is working at Dallas Public Library, and most of my position was just mainly me shelving and checking in and checking out books. I assisted in activities. I did a couple story times, but I wasn't doing it as often that I would say that I was really well with working with kids. And plus, that job, it's not our responsibility to look after children. That's part of the policies that was there. And it's not that I didn't like kids, it's more of that I didn't think it would be a very good, leading figure. But, you know, working and actually like getting a job and working in something that I was previously concerned about, and then realizing that I took really well to it, was something that I found really surprising. So I'm going to just give you a little rundown about what has happened so far from the week before I actually started training all the way up to where I am now after my first week working as a child care worker. And I just want to let you know beforehand that I'm not going to say where I work now. I'm not going to say the name of any co-workers or any supervisors, and I'm definitely, completely, and not going to reveal any names of parents or children in reference to some of the situations that I dealt with. Like, I really like working here. I really like this profession, and I respect greatly the confidentiality of all those involved. So, I'm pretty sure I might already be following something that kind of hint at where I work at, but I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I'm not going to say where I work, so you're probably going to have to dig, but I'm not saying it. I'm not saying where I'm working. So here we go. So after I had miraculously, by the grace of God, got hired at this position, I was notified about all the information I needed to bring in, as well as all the extra training I needed to do. So I came into the location and I did the training, and it was for 4 different categories. So it was for the the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services Child Abuse 1 hour overview. It was Ohio's overview of child development, Ohio's approach to quality, and the biggest, and I would say maybe the longest training, which is the Child Care Center orientation training, which is divided up into 8 different modules within that training. And that all come together to be about 12 hours of training. So I came in for 2 days in order to complete all of that training. And for the rest of the week, I brought in all the other documents that I needed in order to get started. I had, shot records, which you need to have, something that I had to remind myself into getting. I had to have a copy of my previous transcript, have a copy of my photo ID, had to get fingerprinted, had to do background checks, because you're working with kids, and kids are very precious, and you have to make sure that have to make sure that the people that coming in are are the right type of people to be able to look after kids, which is just understandable. So I didn't really feel like judged to having to get all this stuff, because it's just kind of shows the quality of what they were looking for in trying to and try to get the best worker. So the week after that, super excited, I finally start my first week as a teacher. No, the funny thing is, the whole time I thought that I was going to be an assistant teacher until I found out that I'm actually a lead teacher. I'm going to be over a class of kids. Like, that was something that I was kind of shocked about because, like I said, at previous, I had previous doubts about whether I would be able to do this, but I really took to it. I was kind of surprised I took to it. I tried to be as patient as I can. My biggest thing always when it comes to with children is that a child is not always completely, intentionally bad. It could be something they learn from their environment. Like I would, and especially since I'm working with younger children, from, I would say, like I personally am working with 2-year-olds, but the groups that was within the location work with, like most daycares or childcare centers, would be from infants going up to school age, and but I still don't really think that a child is inherently bad. And so, my first week, it just went by really quickly. But I had the first 2 days I was assisted with a teacher. The first day was within the class was assigned over with the group that I was working with, as well as younger children that was from another class. The thing that I learned is that even though I work my classes with 2-year-olds, I also am working with looking after. I keep saying working with. It's looking after children who are younger, like the 1-year-olds as well. So a lot of the younger toddlers that I had worked with early week were toddlers I was working with the rest of the week. And also I was assisting a teacher in her classroom in the second day, but it was the third day that on Wednesday is when I was over the class by myself. And I was kind of nervous. Like there were more children that I didn't work with on my first 2 days that I was going to be looking after for the other 3 days. But it was a lot of things that I learned, a lot of things that I was not expecting. And I think the overall thing that was really had a big impact on me was the fact that it was something that I was naturally able to do and I had the patience for. And I'm still continuing to be excited. I just noticed this video might be going a little bit a little bit longer than I wanted to, so I think I'm going to break it up into 2 parts. So this part is just kind of like a hint of what I went to do in going into what I had to gather together in order to start, and then I'm going to go more in depth into how that process is. So I just want to say, to sum it up, with the first 2 days was that I was assisting 2 other teachers, showing how they go about their process. I got familiar with how they do their curriculum at the school. Just because you're working, a thing I learned is just because you're working at a child care center looking after kids, it's not just kids just wandering around willy-nilly. Even the really youngest ones, you still have to instill both education as well as soft skills, which is to teaching them about skills about everyday life and everyday living, to instill in them that they be able to pick up and learn. So that was something that's brand new to me. I thought the curriculums would be in like your average classroom. I didn't know that it was also worked within within a child care center. So I just wanted to leave off on that, just a little hint of what the next video is going to be. And thank you so much for you guys sticking with me. I realized that my content has gotten a bit of an evolution, not just with the stuff I talk about, but stuff that's kind of related to me. I might go a little bit more in depth in another video about that another time. But right now, I just want to focus on this new odyssey I'm on, and I'm really looking forward to how it's going to grow me and how it's going to grow, how it's going to grow and build my path into the future. So thank you guys so much, and remember to stay blessed and beautiful. Bye.